Buenas. This is the Commission on Post-Mortem Examinations. It is May 22 at 10:07 a.m. And this is a recess meeting from, the original meeting was on April 22 at 10:30. The recess meeting went to May 9 at 10 a.m. and it was recessed until today at May 22 at 10 a.m. to deal with the agenda originally published on April 22. So that is the compliance with the open government law. The original meeting had been gone over of April 22 of full compliance there. Let's do a roll call of members. Chairman, I am here.
Stephen Macho, Chief of the Guam Police Department.
Peter John Camacho, Acting Director, Department of Public Health and Social Services.
Thank you, Director. And I understand that you are on Zoom for purposes of our meeting today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We circulated some documents earlier on to save some time, so we'll be discussing them right now. We have the reports and updates from Dr. Jeff Nine. I understand that he's also on Zoom right now from the mainland. And also for the record, Director Camacho is actually on island, so on a logistics point. Dr. Nine, are you present?
Yes, I'm here.
So we have the draft contract that we had been envisioning. I understand that you and your attorney had gone over it. My deputy, Fred Ishihira, has also gone over it with me. Is this the document that you wish to have signed?
Yes, it is.
Yes, signed copies. Dr. Nine signed off with Joanna on the budget as well that was provided to the members to review. So if they have any questions, otherwise, we're going to just request for you to just have it approved and sign it and forward it to the governor today or tomorrow.
Very good. So discussion on that agreement. Do we have Director Camacho? Do you have any comments on that? Did you receive the copy?
No, sir. I reviewed the amended contract agreement and looks in order, sir.
Very good. And I believe we have a cover sheet from Johanna dated May 20, 2024. That is the draft agreement that I'm looking at. Chief Ignacio, do you have any comments on that?
No, I reviewed the document as well, and I'm fine with it.
Very good. So do we have a motion to sign off, for the chair to sign off, and then to continue the processing through the governor's office on the table right now? May I see a motion here?
I make a motion for General Williams to enter into this contract with Dr. Nine.
Do I have a second on that?
I second that, General.
Thank you, Director. So any further discussion? No discussion. Let's take a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And Director, thank you. So unanimously, I will sign off on it right now, and then my office will process this out. Next on our agenda, we have some. Dr. Nine, is there anything else that you wanted to comment on the contract? I just signed the. I just signed off on the contract as the chairman and as the attorney general.
No, I have no further comments.
Thank you, Dr. Nine, for your making yourself available to this island. Okay, the next item on the agenda is, do you have any reports and updates that you'd like to share with us, Dr. Nine?
No, I can leave that to Johanna.
Very good. Joanna, we have next on our agenda, the ongoing recruitment effort. Can you kind of discuss it, where we're coming from right now?
So I was hoping for the commission to produce a resolution for us to specifically post on a website, particularly the National Association of Medical Examiners, and that way it can assist with the purchase order, particularly for that site.
Okay. Any other discussion that we wanted to have on this? I'm of the mind to just give you full authority to post wherever you and Dr. Nine feel it would be helpful for us, and to do whatever expenditures necessary for that purpose. We discussed we need to discuss the salary. I think that we should start at about 310,000, or best, or negotiable, put in the listing that the figure is 310,000, and that's negotiable. Okay,
So the current rate at the medical examiner position is right now,
right, is that 200? What was
it's
the?
310,000,
Okay,
and then
yes,
negotiable
yes.
with any applicant.
I understood that there was a concern. What is it listed currently with DOA, or?
It was listed initially prior to Dr. Nine's hiring between 200 to 250.
Right, so we understand that the market, with the advice of Dr. Nine, is not going to get anything below, we're in that range. So I believe the discussion was along the line of increasing it to 310 at the minimum floor. So that'll be part of our discussion. Is there anything else that we need to be aware of? I guess we'll make the motion that
Should, because the reason why that the current job announcement shows 250, because that was what the last board set it at.
right.
So, I would definitely recommendation for a motion.
Yes, and then how long are we going to list this? Just basically an open listing until we get some applicants? When should we come back and start discussing? Should we have an opening and closing date? What is the recommendation?
The previous listing in the National Association of Medical Examiners was every 6 months. So I had it listed for a whole year. And then we were able to get some applicants, and it was still listed up until the end of the year.
Okay, so it's no longer listed, that's my understanding.
Correct, it's not
Okay.
listed.
So when should we come back? When would you recommend that the commission meet again? This is an ongoing listing, right? Should we come back every time somebody turns in an application,
I
or should we
think,
wait?
I think we should come back every time we do receive an application. Possibly, if we can do a motion today to at least entertain that applicant and go through the process of their background check, their medical review, that sort of thing. That way we won't have to meet for those.
So I'll let you do the vetting, basically. You and Dr. Nine maybe can,
We actually received assistance from Guatemala Hospital.
okay,
They established our review committee, which consisted back then of, I think, Dr. Dayton from the Medical Society, and
Medical Association.
Lillian Paris from Posadas from GMH. They were part of the review committee, and then they made recommendations to the post-mortem committee and the chair at the time.
very good. Okay, so I think we'll make
come
the,
back when there is that, Lillian says we have somebody who's qualified. Chairman calls it, right?
very good. Okay,
Subject to-
subject to the call of the chair. Okay, so may I receive a motion that would allow the commission to allow the Johanna and her office to post wherever necessary a listing for the chief medical examiner for Guam, a starting rate at 310,000. The conditions, as Johanna and Dr. Nine consider important to put in the listing, and to authorize all payments necessary for the listing without having to come back to the commission, to follow similar procedures as was used to hire Dr. Nine, which includes GM, the Guam Memorial Hospital, putting together a group that can do the evaluation along with Dr. Nine and Johanna. And at that time, to notify me on an applicant being ready for the commission to consider. Can somebody bring that motion?
Great, I make that motion, sir, to allow Joanna to advertise for the job, set the salary at 310, and receive applicants.
Basically everything I said.
Basically everything you said.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Chief. So, discussion? So, no discussion, let's have a voice vote. I'm in favor.
I,
Aye.
I'm sorry, Director, can you second the motions? Will you second the motion?
Yes, sir. I second the motion made by Captain or Chief Steve.
Thank you. So, no discussion and then, voice vote, please.
Aye.
And also, I approve. So that's unanimously passed. Joanna, can you give a budget update, please?
For FY fiscal year 2025. The current proposal budget is around a little over 822,000, with the projected and anticipated additional positions that will be hopefully opening soon, to include the anticipation of a full-time chief medical examiner, the current chief medical examiner, Dr. Nine's position in a part-time status, and then the creation or contract of medical and legal death investigators. I looked at 2 to be full-time medical and legal death investigators and 2 part-time medical and legal death investigators. Currently, because there is no job description, job position in the government of Guam, they will be considered unclassified contractual employees. And
Okay,
then,
let's clarify that, to be, if the unclassified status, that puts you as an employee of the government, but a contract would not. So, Fred, is that my understanding? We've got to be careful on our designation of that. Yeah,
And for sure, unclass, but like, for example, Dr. Nine is an unclass employee, has both a GG1 as well as a contract. So the contract defines like the duties and responsibilities of the employee. The GG1 just ensures the long processing as far as benefits, as far as payroll. So it is possible.
so they were considered an employee of government with
Yes.
benefits and everything.
Yes.
So we talked earlier about Johanna, you making an option at some point so that we could deal with this immediate need for Dr. Nine. I want to keep that flexibility in there. Do you have anything for contractual, mere contractual here? Because the unclassified status for the death investigator, you would need a legislative authorization or go through DOA, which are both time consuming. But if we did a contractual, we could even go to the AG's office, I believe, to retain your services. Do we have a contractual provision in this budget for contractual
for FY 2025,
2025?
we do have some contractual, but not particularly to the medical legal death investigator.
May I suggest that in the death investigator that you put unclassified or contractual?
Actually, Gina, to bring that up, I would recommend too, that we ask the legislature as part of this budget to miscellaneous section to create that position. It's a great
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think they're willing to. Senator Barnett has shown
Yes.
strong interest, as well as the speaker, in providing this death investigator position. So yes, let's work both ends, Johanna.
All right.
In this budget request, just give it the flexibility for unclassified or contractual for the death investigator category for all the positions that you're envisioning.
All right.
And then if you can work with our office to submit to the legislature a miscellaneous provision that essentially, I think, would incorporate part of Senator Barnett's desire to create the death investigator position. You know, worst case scenario, if he doesn't get it before the session, but it's coming up pretty quickly right now.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other discussion?
If I could recommend
Sure.
that the reason why you wanted a motion is that way you can sign off as the chairman at the recommendation of the Post-Mortem Commission to submit the position for the legislature to consider it.
Very
We'll
good.
prepare it, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you want authorization to sign off.
Very good. Okay. Joanna, is there anything else that you'd like to report on the budget?
So basically, because of the unanticipated, situation, FY 2025 did not budget for additional forensic pathologists. We did budget for one forensic pathologist. So I am also requesting for additional funding based on Dr. Nine's recommendation of not just one additional forensic pathologist contract, but additional two.
Okay, is this Dr. Dowderman's position right now?
No, that's not a forensic pathologist. So a locum tenens pathologist is Dr. Dodderman's position.
So is there any forensic pathologist on Guam or any with a
No.
building? Okay. Did we have to list it? Do we have to go out and try to find one?
That's being negotiated by Dr. Nine. He
Okay,
has spoken to a previous contract forensic pathologist that we previously contracted with prior to Dr. Nine's arrival in Hawaii.
okay.
So
Yes, we have resources in Hawaii, but the CME is a totally different category, right? Than the forensic pathologist?
correct.
Okay, very good. That's what I wanted to clarify. Anything else that we should discuss on this?
No, but we should get a motion to add the budget, two things for the budget for 25. One is to increase, as Johanna said, and the second one is to add the position of medical death investigator.
And how many did you guys want to get? Two?
I was projecting 2 full-time and possibly 2 part-time.
Okay, and that's in this, this one page, proposed. So 2 part-time, so 4 total. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, so I see a resolution being prepared that adopts your proposed budget for fiscal year 2025, Joanna, that which includes the additional death investigators, 2 full-time, 2 part-time. That's in this proposal, right?
Correct.
And then with the adjustment that it would be unclassified or contractual, that would be allowed. Using the Attorney General's office in order to procure those individuals on a quick basis with the appropriate transfer of funds to the AG's office. If it was purchased through the AG's office, the contract required through the AG's office, this individual. And then the authority for the chair to work with Dr. Nine and yourself, Joanna, to develop language so that a death investigator can be authorized under the fiscal year 2025 budget in the event that the Guam legislature does not pass a legislation that is addressing this issue for the death investigator. Is that my understanding? Okay, very good. So can the chair entertain a motion that covers what I've just indicated on the record?
Motion to adopt the resolution by the chair.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Director. Any further discussion? No? So voice vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
And the chair also is in favor, unanimously passed. Okay, gentlemen, is there anything else that we need to address at this? Otherwise, I intend to close and adjourn the meeting. Joanna, you don't have anything that was on our original agenda that you need to go over?
No, pretty much what we went over, strictly the budget was my concern.
Thank you for your hard work. And Dr. Nine, is there anything else that you wanted to add here?
No, I also commend Johanna on her hard work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nine. So at that, I will adjourn the meeting. It is now 10:26. Subject to the call of the chair. Thank you very much.
take care of things.